So, I was gonna talk about this in my last vlog, but I forgot about it. So I wanted to talk to you about an alternative to using periods. Tampons and pads. I meant to say pads, but I said period instead. I actually had started in my vlog, but then I got distracted and didn't finish it. So for years I've been using tampons, and I personally like tampons more than here I go again, it's not periods. Tampons instead of pads. Now it could be the opposite for you, but my choice is tampons over pads. 2.5 cycles ago, I decided to try the Diva Cup. And if you don't know what the Diva Cup is, it's basically a menstrual cup that catches your monthly blood flow. And so my periods are short. Their average is about 2.5 days. So yeah, they're super short. And my periods aren't really regular. I mean, they're not like super long, like in between my first period to my second period. It falls within the average range, but I never really know when I get my period. Like just this last period, I just got over it Friday. And it was 4 days early. I got my symptoms that I normally get. I'm like, this is weird. I'm not supposed to get it right now. But one day it was like, hey, I'm here. So I either I rarely have my period early. It's either on the day of or like a few days later. But I don't know why I told you that. That's not necessary. But anyways, I use the Diva Cup, and there's 2 sizes. There's size 1 and size 2. Excuse me, I'm burping. I'm eating my lunch while I eat this. I was on this kick this week where I wanted to cook dinner every single day this week, and I did it. I'm just now eating the leftovers. Alright, there's better. Alright, let me look up. I know there's 2 sizes. I have the first one. 2 sizes, like I said. First size is when you're, oh wait, it's right here. So it says Model 1, recommended for women under the age of 30 who have never delivered vaginally or by cesarean, and Model 2 is recommended for women age 30 and over, or for women who have delivered vaginally or by cesarean. I didn't read it the right way, so I thought Model 2 was, I didn't see age 30 or, I saw Model 1. I saw basically if you've had a baby, or I'm sorry, Model 1, if you haven't had a baby, what is wrong with you? This whole week I have not been able to talk. Model 2 was if you've had a baby. And I was like, well, I haven't had a baby, so I'm getting Model 1. But apparently I should have got number 2 because I'm over 30. So I was like, oh crap, it's not gonna work. I bought the wrong one. I spent, $30+ on this thing, and it's not gonna work. I have to go buy another one. But it works just fine for me. So anyways, I have used it for 2.5 cycles now. I bought it halfway through a few cycles, my last third cycle. I don't know. You do the math. So I didn't get a good product review. I can't think of the word. I do remember that I did have some stuff on my pants, my underwear, but I think that's just because of the extra stuff that was already up there that I was using. So I think that just could have been it. So the past 2 cycles I've used it, and I haven't had any leakage whatsoever. No leakage. I know I've seen like videos where they say that they feel it when they have to go to the bathroom, or when they go to the bathroom because your bladder is pressed up against it. I don't have that feeling at all. I literally cannot feel it whatsoever. The only thing that really reminds me that I'm on my period is that I have cramps. And that's only my first day. My second day, there's no cramps. It's just, I know that I'm on my period, so I know I gotta change it. The only time that I did feel it was not my last one, but my second to last. But it's because I put it in wrong. I don't know how I didn't put it in right, but I didn't put it in right. I felt it. I was uncomfortable with it up there. I felt it the whole time. So I know when I put it in wrong and when I put it in right. I have no issues with the Diva Cup. I have no one bad thing about the product itself. But this is just me. Some people are different. I've looked on other YouTube videos where the Diva Cup doesn't work for somebody because their cervix is different, but another cup works. You just gotta, like, a trial and error. I got lucky enough to where I got one, like the most generic one that's sold in drugstores. It just works out for me, and I'm gonna continue to use it. And I only foresee myself using tampons in the future if, like it happened with my last period, where I had no idea that I was gonna start so early, and if I have a tampon in my bag, I'll use a tampon. But I do not foresee myself using tampons or pads in the future unless it's unexpected and I don't have the Diva Cup with me. I love it. The only thing that's weird, that I would think would be weird for people, is the fact that you literally have to, like, shove it up inside of you. And I mean, okay, TMI, if you don't want to hear TMI. So I don't know if this is what you're supposed to do, but this is what I do. As soon as I put it up in there and I think it's okay, I kind of feel around the cup to make sure that it's expanded, because you have to, like, fold it over to get it inside of you. So I just, like, swirl my finger around to make sure that the cup is in place. And the fact that you have to, like, get up in there and squeeze the cup, pull it out, undo the suction and stuff like that, and then that could be a little jarring for some people. And then also actually seeing your blood in the cup, that could be jarring for some people as well. Because my periods are so short, you know, they say, let me look it up. They always give you the average amount of time that your period should be. Period lasts an average of 3 to 5 days. So like I said before, my period's about 2.5 days, and I always thought, I was like, that's short. And it's always been that way, except for my very, very first one. It was like a week long. And after that one, it was only 3 days. I'm watching Gossip Girl right now. Okay, so anyways, I was like, well, from when I start to when I end, it's about 3 days. But if I start, like this last time, I started early on Wednesday morning. So I was like, okay, my period's gonna be 2 days. I was always worried about that. I was like, why is my period so short? And then they say your average blood flow. Most women will lose less than 16 teaspoons of blood, so 80 milliliters during the period. The average, okay, this is what I want to see. I don't want to see teaspoons. Okay, the usual length of menstrual bleeding is 4 to 6 days. See, that one says 4 to 6. The other one's 3 to 5. Whatever. The usual amount of blood loss per period is 10 to 35 milliliters. Oh my god, my doggies are so cute right now. Okay, so with the Diva Cup, it has lines on it that tells you 7.5 milliliters, 15 milliliters. And so my average period, and I just kind of want to know if I'm in the average for that, because if I'm not in the average for both of them, then I would think something's wrong. So my length of period obviously is not the average, but the blood loss is. It falls like in the average. I lose about 30 milliliters, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less, but it's always around the 30 milliliter mark. So for me saying that's in the normal range, like I'm like, okay, it's not 2 out of 2 that I'm not normal. So that's another reason why I like the Diva Cup, is because it tells you how much blood you've lost. And you just save money overall. I mean, it's like $30+, but think about how many tampons you're using, how many boxes, and depending on what boxes. Yeah, so depending on how many boxes you use in a year, that's a lot of money. So you are saving money. But yeah, overall, I really like the Diva Cup. I thought about maybe trying another one, but this one worked for me, so I think I'll keep it. I highly recommend menstrual cups. I do. I don't have to worry about changing my, like during my heavy part, I don't have to worry about changing my tampon every 3 hours. I can keep the Diva cup up inside of me, and I'm good for, I want to say on my heavy flow, like 6 hours or so. But yeah, I recommend it. Thanks for watching. Wait, I wanted to show you what my dogs look like. Hello?